actually the way to solve the problem is to go down to their real concerns. You know, why is it that this thing is bothering you? Let's get below the level of the problem to find out what's really going on, and then you can come up to more lasting solutions. And so then the question was, well, how do you get people to do that? And what's going on within you? And then the insight was, oh, you have to do this kind of work yourself in order to affect that in them. You've got to think about yourself in order to do this. And then the counterintuitive thing is that all the emotions that you were pushing away, that you thought, these emotions stand in the way of my helping the parties, it turns out that it's just the opposite. That if I acknowledge my frustration, my anger with the parties, my like, my dislike, my fear, through those emotions, I'll get to compassion and connection. And that's the part that you really don't think so. You don't believe it. You think, I got to get rid of those emotions so that I can. And so that's the counterintuitive piece, and the part that takes some training. And because it's so habitual not to want to go there, right? You want to get rid of that. You think that being a mediator or being a neutral means getting rid of that. And this is saying, no, you have to learn the skills and techniques of how to work with it and get to a place where you can really connect with people. And then when you can do that, you can help them, sometimes wordlessly or just by atmosphere, and sometimes by techniques and specific ways, you can help them to do that same work. And so that kind of showing that there's a, this is an inside mediator, that's the parties, that's the group.
So before we actually developed the V, we used to have Norman come in the middle of mediation training programs, advanced programs. And we'd put him out there in the middle with a couple of people, Norman knowing nothing about mediation. He said, what would you do with them? These people would get into this terrible thing.
In the middle of a role play.
In the middle of a role play.
And he would go like that?
What?
He would go like that?
No, what happened was Norman did this thing which we called before, we called it the V, doing a Norman. Which is just going deeply into himself and finding something there that we then now started to kind of trying to develop in a more kind of systematic way.